When did you first sort of feel a spiritual connection with martial arts?
I think I always did when I was young, and then I kind of went away from it for a while. Like my first teacher, YC Chang, always, made sure that we practiced meditation, that we learned about how to eat in different times of the year, different seasons, what foods are good for you and what are not, and also teaching us how to like do Chinese brush painting and all just much more well-rounded stuff to be a good person in the society, and that was the spiritual side of it for me. Also connected to Chinese history, all that kind of stuff, and that was always part of it. But then when I started doing Muay Thai and boxing, all that, I went in Wushu. You get into the sport, which kind of cuts itself away from history and tradition. Wushu, especially modern Wushu, especially, is almost like gymnastics floor routine, and the spiritual side is not really there. We don't practice meditation and all that stuff. Now that I'm older now, I'm going back to that because I feel that there's a huge value in all of that. Again, like I said, I think it's different times in my life, at different ages, at different physical abilities. I went for different aspects of it, and now I'm coming back to the spiritual side of it.
Warcraft is coming up, and you're playing an orc.
Yeah.
Did you bring your martial arts training into that too?
Well, that's an interesting question because the orc I play is the most evil. He's the kind of leader of all of the orcs, and in the script it said he's like not only the ugliest, but the oldest orc, right? And I was like, I'm not that old. I wonder why they're trying to cast me for this role. So I asked the director, Duncan, I said, why don't you go for someone older who could maybe have more gravitas to the role? He's like, no, it's very physically challenging, the role, because I had to learn how to be like Gul'dan, the character, and like an orc. And he's like, anyone over 50 is not gonna be able to do it physically. Because although I'm motion capture, I still have to do all the movements of the character. And this character is in like he's constantly in a horse stance. He's like this the whole time, crouched over, and like that. And good thing I've done, hours and hours of horse stance training when I was a young kid, because that's what I was doing the whole time, walking like that, walking in a crouch and walking like this orc. We went to orc school and learned how to do all that, so it was really, really interesting.
Orc school?
Yeah. We had a movement teacher whose name was Terry Notary, who taught like the apes in Planet of the Apes how to move like apes. He's done Lord of the Rings, he's done a lot of stuff, and so he taught us how to move like orcs.